Alright, how is everyone doing? If you've seen my first video, I'm glad you decided to tag along for the second video here, in which I'm on day 1. Day 1. Yesterday was day 0, and today is March 7th. (2026). And I just want to kind of break down what my day has been like and how my certain triggers have been affecting me and how I've been coping with them. And I'm glad to say that I've successfully stopped smoking weed. Day 1 of 7. Now, when I get to that week, I might have a little smoke, but right now, we've made some really good progress. From day 0 of yesterday, deciding, and then all day today, today's day 1. So we really did that. I'll discuss more about my triggers with that. We've also stopped gaming. So we stopped gaming for the most part. Now, I will say I have cheated, but only in the sense that I have not turned my PlayStation on, which I've definitely decided I did not do, but I found myself basically watching a lot of YouTube and listening to music and kind of like trying to escape that avenue, in which this is not a total dopamine detox, but I definitely want to focus on my work more than just gaming. And I don't want to just stop gaming here to start playing Traffic Rider on my phone. So I have been able to minimize my phone usage, and I've managed to completely not play my game from day 0 all the way to day 1, which I've completed today. Another good thing that we've managed to do is work on getting a 6-pack. So today, I will admit, I haven't gone to the gym, which I actually don't have a membership right now. I do most of my exercise at home and at the park. And what I've done today is I've really tried to be a little bit more conscious about my abdominal posture and kind of holding myself correctly. And it's easy to forget that and, relax a little bit. And that posture will take over if you let it. So I've been really kind of focusing on my posture and my abdominal posture. And I've also managed to do a nice little plank earlier today. A little 30-second plank, nothing crazy, but definitely being mindful. Did at least a plank and have been holding my abdominal region in a good posture. Next is I've managed to work on getting a motorcycle. Now, I've mentioned in my last video that I do have my motorcycle license, but I do need more gear. I really don't have any gear. I don't have any at all. I need to purchase some nice gloves, among some pants and jacket and helmet. So I figured gloves would really be a nice, cheap, and easy investment for me to make and really give me some momentum. So I've decided to get some gloves. I'll be purchasing those tomorrow. And I've also decided to really kind of lock in on a certain type of bike. So while I didn't really get anything physical, I've managed to make quite a few mental decisions in which I've decided to get some nice gloves, possibly some Aprilia Gauntlet gloves, or definitely get some gloves. And then also I was considering getting like a Yamaha R3 and really kind of going that route, because I really feel like that would be enough bike for me. Doing a little bit of research, I only weigh about 220 pounds. I'm not really trying to go over 100 miles an hour as a beginner. So I think an R3 would be really nice for me. And this is kind of like what I've been focusing on from day 0 to day 1. And I actually feel pretty good about my progress. And I'm going to go ahead and go through these and kind of discuss my triggers and how I've been coping with them, how I've felt, and how I felt after the waves of urges have passed. Of course, there's many other things in my life I'd like to do and focus on, but these 4, if I were to be able to knock these out, I feel like I'd be able to knock other things out. And that's really the main goal of this, is to gain momentum and begin my journey here. So, March 7th, 2026, I went all day without smoking weed. Pretty easy in my case right now because I actually ran out not too long ago. But it was quite hard getting home here tonight at about like 9 or so, because I'm so hardwired that when I get home, I turn on my game, I pack my bong, or I load up my dab, and I smoke. And that's kind of my ritual. But by cutting these 2 out, I still have the urges every once in a while, but even just this little bit of time has been able to give me a lot of much needed silence and much needed time to not even meditate, but just to fucking stare at a wall and think and digest what I'm thinking about. Because lots of times I'll come home and smoke and then play my game and not think about anything. I'll just be so entertained that way, and I won't have any room for thoughts. But so far I've had about 2 urges to smoke weed. One when I got up, I was thinking, oh man, I wonder what it would be like to smoke right now, like I usually do, which I really don't have any mystery about. I know what that feels like, especially since my tolerance is so high. And then I didn't really have any urges to game at all in the morning, but what I do have right now is an urge to game. I really wish that it wasn't so detrimental, but it's not even detrimental like in that way, but it's confusing. And so what I've been doing is focusing on getting kind of like my head straight in the right space, and making it so that I can not really have to focus on those things, and also have to it just kind of like by subtracting it, I'm able to focus a lot more on my other things, like right here, getting a 6-pack and getting a motorcycle. And so just kind of working on these 2 things, I've managed to kind of like avoid the laziness and kind of get down and do a plank and hold my posture and kind of stay mindful about that. And I've managed to make some decisions on getting an R3 and getting some gloves tomorrow. So some pretty good momentum here, and I'd like to keep it going. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here, and I'm gonna make sure I upload tomorrow.